you looking for answers about extraterrestrials, or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings all, again. Thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. Audio is working, video is working, Google Plus is working for the moment. So thank you all for being here. Yeah, if anybody has any channeling requests, please make yourself known.
Palladian, maybe?
What was that, Palladian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you channel Montezuma?
Who is that?
This is the old, the Aztec king or emperor.
Sure.
No trouble in trying.
No, not at all. No, that's fine. Yeah, can you say that name again? Who is that?
It's Montezuma.
Montezuma?
Montezuma.
Montezuma, okay. Alright, we'll see how that goes. You never know.
Thanks, Ivan.
Okay, sounds good. As far as I know, everything is working okay. Alright, see you on the other side, and I do, there's some Lyran energy here, big time. So, I mentioned that earlier, I think, in the other one, so we'll see what... Alright, let's just see what happens. Alright, see you on the other side. Blessings.
Blessings.
Greetings. We are the blue Lerins. Not known by your collective that well. We work with your Earth's oceans. You can speak, you can call me. What? Titus.
Hello, Titus.
Greetings. The reason we are here is here to make our species known. We deal with your oceans, your Atlantic, your Pacific, your Gulf of Mexico. The earthquakes under your seas. We heal with our technologies. We do. As I said, the reason we are here to tell you about our collective, our mission on Earth. We are associated in some ways with your Gervicnir, those part of your Earth project to help waken your species by giving step-by-step processes to those that are not familiar with alien energies. You have to start somewhere. One thing we do, we use many technologies on below your oceans, your ocean floor to keep it stable. This is only difference is we come into issues from reptilians that wish us not to be in certain areas such as Yemen. You can say Yemen is a hot spot because of many vortexes there, many stargates, which is to us the same thing. I am feline. I am a light blue feline because of our water environment. You could say we are underwater so much we've all become blue in some ways. But we use it also as a disguise, a camouflage. You can say in some ways we're here in battle in some regard, but we are peacemakers, but there are situations that we cannot, because we go in territories that are reptilian controlled to stop the seismic tremors throughout your oceans. So this is very difficult for us at times, but not always. We are great negotiators, because some reptilians wish for the human race to, be devoured by the sea. But we speak to them many times. Basically just say, yes, if your human race is gone, what are you going to do next? Who are you going to play with after that? Funny thing is, I just changed a lot of their minds, because they get bored easily in some regard. If there's any questions, please don't hesitate.
Hello, Titus. This is Neil.
Hello.
So I wanted to just ask a few questions, just about your background. So you're blue Lemurians, Lerins, sorry, but where do you actually come from?
The Lyran star system, Lyra. We have many connections with the Palladians. You could say that's why we have this blue exterior now, to better, as you say, interact with Earth's the human collective. The reason we have blue is because we are in the water, but it has many other reasons towards it to send off a high vibration to the seas and to those that are in your waters, such as your submarines and things of that sort. Basically, it's camouflage because our ships are the same color, or others cannot see us. Even if we are at a higher vibration, it is still hard to notice that we are there.
Okay, so what I'm interested in is why is it you've chosen to work with the oceans and the waters? Do you do this on your own planet, or is there some connection?
You can say we're specialists. Realize this: your oceans are open territory. Many species can use your oceans against you, such as causing earthquakes. I believe you know of that, the one that hit your Japan. So there's much activity within your oceans underneath the waters. So this is, you could say it's a galactic military underneath your waters to protect the human race, to keep the waters as calm as possible. There's many galactic wars that happen underneath your seas that are kept away from your collective. But it is need to be known, because to keep this a secret does not do your human collective much good, because the more you know, the more mature you will become.
Okay. One thing I want to ask is this. So we've started doing Gaia healing sessions. So one thing I want to ask is, if you would you be willing to join in when we do these healing sessions and assist us with sending energies?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I'll call on you the next time it's happening. And one other thing I want to ask is, what can we do? What would you advise us to do to help the oceans? What advice would you give?
Send healing energy to your human collective. Send them prayers to waken up to your realities in a positive way, at their own terms. Because the more that is open, the more humanity realizes what is happening on their planet, the better they will feel in the long run. Because you realize when you're so much being kept away from you, but you're feeling all of these strange, some get tired, some they do not know why their mood swings are here and there. Some of your males get violent for no reason. It is because of the vibrations of what's happening in other dimensions. Yeah, the dimensions that are paper thin in many ways, that are affecting the human race. So why not wake up to what is happening, truly happening on your Earth terrain. This is so important for more to realize. It is okay to realize aliens are here, but also your spirit guides, because you will live a happier life, let's put it that way. So, as I said, a prayer to humanity to wake up safely to the true realities of your planet. That is what I suggest.
Okay. One thing I'm interested in, I understand there's some of this you'll not be able to talk about, but whatever you can share about I understand there's pyramids still left over from Atlantis that are under the oceans. There's one pyramid in particular I'm interested in, and it's a blue. It looks like glass almost. It's blue. It's connected to the Syrian constellation. Do you do any work? Does your collective do any work with these pyramids that are under the oceans?
Yes, we protect them from other entities that wish to use them for negative purposes. Yes.
And yeah, thank you very much for doing that, because I understand how destructive they could actually become if they were in the wrong hands. So
You are correct. There are many objects under the sea, under your oceans that need protecting.
yes. So one other thing I'm interested in is how closely do you work with like the mer people that are left over on Earth?
Oh, very closely. We protect many of their cities, but they assist us in information such as communication. Communication to keep the vibration of your planet as high as it can go. But humanity, information from humanity, realize what happens, as I said, what happens in the oceans affects humanity, even if they don't feel, they don't see it, but they can feel it. Realize when you're having a bad day, it's sometimes when a galactic skirmish is going on somewhere on your world. And there are those that are happening above ground also. But there's much happening under the sea that has great effects. It does not matter if you do not live by the sea. It still affects you in some regard.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question. This might seem a bit strange, but I'm interested in what it's like flying. Like, are you a pilot of your ship? Do you pilot it?
I am more of a commander than a pilot, but I know how to pilot a ship, yes.
So what's the difference when you're piloting a ship above the water as opposed to being in the water?
During underwater, yes, the currents can be very thick. We are at a higher vibration. We are not affected. We have many technologies around us that are securing much that is around us. Realize the ships we have are very biological also. It's a living organism. So it is safe, but technologies are used, biological technologies are used to enforce safety for us and those around us.
Interesting. So what do your ships look like?
Some look like not necessarily in fish form, but somewhat submarine form in some regard, where it has a tail at the end. Some species of Lyran choose to use a ship that looks sort of like a large fish. You can use that as a disguise, not necessarily a biological fish, but fish form, such as a whale type form. That way we do not disturb the fish life to keep the peace.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna pass it over to Joe now. So thank you very much.
Hello, my name's Joe. I was wondering, since you're blue and you're connected to the color blue, I've always been like when I always envisioned blue fire or blue energy, and it gives me a lot of strength and power. I would like to know if you could expand on why that is.
The blue is neutral energy. It is not judgmental, not to say others are, but for blue, for us, it is a calming, meditative energy where we can work with the easiest without, such as many sun beings are very yellow, and some do have the color yellow on their ships because they're around the sun. But for us, blue works well with the waters, is very calming to us and our vibration. It is just a pure color that keeps us peaceful in mind when we are in situations that are not so peaceful. That's what I have for that.
Oh, okay, thank you. Could you? I'm aware that there's three rather powerful Lyrans around me. They protect me from the Draconians right now. I was wondering if you could ask them if they could communicate with me. I'd like to speak with them sometime.
Yes, they are like guardians at this time because there's so much activity around you. They are. I am not sure if they will speak. They are. It feels like they are told not to at this time, but they are considering it when you are ready. I believe you are ready, but they have to. You can say get permission to do so.
I see. Are they were they appointed by someone or are they volunteers?
It seems like they were appointed by your guides and another species that is going unnamed. It does feel like your Gert Vignir is assisting them with you and the activity that does that make sense to you?
Yes, that makes complete sense. Um, I don't know if I just would want like further clarity, if I may, like with the blue energy that I feel that it's how it relates to me. Is it in any way connected to pyramids, or how is it connected to me? How am I connected to it?
Connected to the pyramid energies is correct, but it is also a moment. Connected to a blue Pleiadian that is connected to that pyramid. And you say this blue Pleiadian is like a brother to you, a protector also. And this is why that color means so much, because it is a neutral energy, it is a neutral color, it is a calming color that binds you together. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. I'll let someone else ask a question now.
Yeah, I've got a question here. It's on behalf of Emmy. She says, if you were Lyran during ancient time, is it a chance that the Lyrans will now contact you to help the Earth?
Such as the ancient Lyrans?
Yeah, I think that's what she means, yes.
I'm not sure if I understand that question.
Yeah, I'll ask her to rephrase it and then I'll ask it again, okay? So now we can move on to the next person, that's Bianca.
Yes, hello. I want to know if I have any connections to you.
One moment. A blue Palladian connection, yes. You are connected to the blue Palladians that we are connected to. That makes our mission possible.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. And what symbol can one visualize to connect with your species more?
You're asking for a symbol, correct?
Yeah.
It's a circle with a dot in the middle of it.
Okay.
Trying to keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Titus.
Hello.
Hi, yes, my question was, if I, for example, was a Lyran during the ancient Earth, is there a possibility that you guys may contact me based upon my past life to help the Lyrans for the positivity of the Earth?
You are correct. This is happening now. A slow process, that way it's not overwhelming you. There are other aspects also we are working with to help heal the earth and prepare it for ascension. You play a vital role, such as many here that do also. It is not made public how much work you all do. But for you, I can say that you are working very much in astral to prepare this world. You can say the future Earth to be terraformed, to bring in a more positive environment. This is further in your future, but it is in process right now. That is all I have. Is there anything else from your human collective?
Yeah, I think it's Adi that's next.
Yes, thank you, Neil. Hi, Titus. How are you?
I am doing well.
Excellent. I wanted to know, I believe I've had some Lyran lifetimes. I'm not sure how many, if many. What can you tell me about it?
What I can judge now is 15 lifetimes. That is not much, but this is what I'm given for certain reasons. Your Lyran lifetimes, as mostly as a youngster, meaning a young soul getting used to life as a human feline, I should say. You've also had lifetimes as a human without feline features, mostly in the female form, on Palladian worlds to assist Palladians to create cities to spread the Lyran way on other Palladian worlds. This is in your history, your universal history. But yes, you had many youngster-like lifetimes as a Lyran, but they were very playful and enjoyable. As you matured, you took more of a human form to assist others.
Thank you. Much love.
Much love to you.
Hello, Titus.
Hello.
My question for you is, what density are you in?
4th density at this time.
Okay, thank you.
We can go into 5th, but we choose not to because we must connect to your human collective the best we can. And 4th is not the easiest dimension to be in, but we are density to be in, but it is useful for the work we must do.
Okay.
Yes, I feel many questions from you, but you're not ready to ask them yet. That can be wrong. Please go ahead.
Well, I do have a question. So I'm wondering, you know, the way your races, like your energy, the way you react to situations. I'm curious, how can we integrate that into our lives? Like, how to be more, I guess, like take some positive aspects from the from your culture, and how can we incorporate that into our life?
As others say, be nicer to each other. That is a start. But also, even if you have differences, realize you don't have to be separated from each other, even if you have differences, even if it is through looks or hobbies, where you can incorporate your differences, where you can make it work, make a friendship work. Not necessarily everyone here has to be friends, but to respect everyone's, to show human respect, which is done, but not in the way that we do it, where we treat everyone like family, not necessarily we have everyone's phone number, as you will say. But we do treat everyone with a great amount of respect. And that is done here to a certain extent. But there is much fear here, which is understandable.
Yes.
Gratitude to others is a start. Even to those, I understand, those of your light workers that are like to bring drama into situations, to show them respect, even if they are not even if they are disrespectful, which is difficult to do. But to at least accept them for who they are instead of calling them names and being negative towards them. To send them love and acceptance. Does not send them love, but not to, as you say, if this person brings you turmoil, it does not mean you have to force yourself to be in their energy levels, but to send them energy and respect them for who they are, and pray for them to hopefully realize that they don't have to be aggressive to each other. There's more to that, but hopefully that makes some kind of sense.
Yes, thank you. And I was also wondering about ways we can kind of merge our cultures together energetically. Like music, how can we, what's your music like, and how can we make similar music?
Our music is done with crystals and many instruments that are not on this planet. Many energy type of technologies, like spiritual technologies that are not seen on your world. But yes, to merge your music with others. Let's put it this way, to have a positive intention within your music as you're writing it, as you're creating it. You can put in your music an intention to bring others together. In this, and sometimes it's good to use words, not necessarily in the music itself, but when you explain what it's about. That way others will be inspired by doing that, to just let go of the differences and bring everyone together through song. Of course, you can use lyrics with this also, but sometimes maybe a musical vibration is better off in the long run, because sometimes some take words offensive here on your world. In other words.
Thank you very much. Send my love to you and your whole species.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, has anybody else got any questions just now? Okay, it seems like there's... Oh, Nabila's got some questions. On you go, Nabila.
So what do you do on your planet?
At this time, we're not on our planet. When we are on our planet, it is a place of family, friends, call it diversity. But as for what I do, I am mostly with family and friends to procreate, to create children, to learn more about the latest technologies, such as what you do on your planet. But our technologies are to enhance other worlds into a higher environment, into a more positive environment. So I'm mostly into the technical area. But on ship, usually when I'm working, as you will say, on your planet, usually I am on ship, on your world, underwater, most of the time, dealing with conflicts. But I do take vacation, as you would say, on your planet. Many months. But yes, we do have sports, kind of like your volleyball, but not exactly. It's hard to explain. We do not have your football. does not of interest to us. We do have your soccer type of games. Many Lyrans are like 8, 7, 10 feet tall. But we go for joy, not for tackling. We do not want to kill each other like you do on your planet. This is something. But we do have record entertainment, sports. That is all I have.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, I've got. Oh, Emmy. Oh, okay, wait. I've got a question. Okay, this will seem a wee bit strange, but so do you ever swim in the oceans?
Not in your oceans, but we try not to. But we do swim in oceans on our world, yes. Not on your world. Trying. It is best we do not do that.
Okay, so what's the difference with the oceans on our planet compared to the oceans on your planet?
Well, our waters are much more clear, more silver color, more less dense, but you realize that because we're at a higher vibration. Our world goes from 4th density to 5th density. We have many creatures on our world, such as giant spiders, but not as you would call frightening animals. They are very friendly. They do crawl around the oceans, swim within the oceans. But yes, our water is very thinned out and silvery. And it does at times change to a red, a blue, but not like your planet. More like a light blue, if it does at all.
Okay, one thing I'm interested in. Well, I can remember being on Atlantis, and on Atlantis, the waters there they had like an aura. I used to be able to see like an aura on them.
Yes.
So, what was that? Because I was at a higher vibration then, I could see it. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
You are correct.
So, what can you tell me about the differences in like the oceans from that time during the time of Atlantis to what the oceans are like now? What's the major difference?
Much of your oceans are very clear. Your Pacific, they were very clear like your tropical waters are today. Very, very clear. Some even white color. But it was just such a fantastic time on your world. Unfortunately, it's been forgotten. But yes, there are many places where you see white waters around your Atlantis and around your South America. But the majority of your waters was of a clear, very clear white, or excuse me, blue, such as you see in your tropical waters at this time. But clear, and the vibration of it was much higher, obviously. More of a 5th, 6th, 7th density vibration. And this is assisted the Atlanteans having a higher vibration.
Sounds really beautiful. Okay, I'll pass over to Sheldon now. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Hello. So I have a question, and I believe it's based on your conduits. But I was wondering if you could sing a song for us.
No, at this time, I am not prepared for that.
Okay, I understand.
I am more of a listener than a singer, anyway.
Oh, yeah, I understand, definitely. Well, thank you.
There are others that do that.
Okay, one thing I'm interested in is when you're in your ships and you're under the water, there must be times when you can hear the whales talk to each other, correct?
Yes.
So
Correct.
you communicate with the whales and the dolphins then, yeah?
Yes.
So is there ever any times when you on your ships when you all join in together and do some kind of meditation or healing work where you do like
Yes.
a ritual or anything? Okay, can you explain some of that, please?
There are times when we entered the oceans from our planet, When we enter into your world through a portal, through a stargate, you could say, under the oceans, near your Yemen area, we do a meditation with your sea life, but we also we make much of the sea life, you can say, forget that we are there. We send them a meditation, but we also disappear. The reason we do this, so we can do our work without disturbing the sea. Because sometimes our work can be, when you have too much fish where they're disturbed by our work, it causes a chain reaction throughout your oceans that does not go, it brings stress to them. So we do a meditation and then we leave them be and go into a higher density using technologies to go into cognito, as your world says. That is a word your world uses. That way we can do our work within the planet's surface, or the ocean floor surface, I should say, without causing harm to others.
Okay, thank you very much. So if anybody else has got any questions, you can ask now, because there's none in the list. So. It seems like that's all the questions run out. So
we have done. Thank you all for letting us speak to you. It's a joy to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Titus.
yeah, thanks for coming through.
Blessings to you. Connecting with all of you brings such a joy to us that you are open to this information. It's moving to us. It excites us because more is to come. More information that was once kept away from your human society is now slowly being delivered into your human collective, because we feel that many are ready. Those that are ready, and those that are not ready, well, they do not believe in any of this anyway. But for you, those of you that are ready for this type of information, there will be more coming shortly through other entities. Good night. Blessings to you. Namaste.
Thank you, Titus. Good night.
I am the one you called. The Aztec, what have you mentioned? I am here. Greetings.
Hello, Montezuma. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
I do not have messages for the human race, but if you have questions for me, I am more than happy to answer them. I will try to be a gentleman, too.
Yes, do you have any messages for the Mexica or the Aztecs that remain today?
Yes, they have much of our history wrong, but
Yes.
that is understandable. They are good people, but sometimes they do things they should not do. Testing their limits of negativity to see how far down they can go. To connect spiritually, yes, we understand there's many need to connect to the dark, to connect to the light. That is understandable. But sometimes those that connect to the darkness go too far and never come out. But it is worth trying. I give him that. Is there any... that is all I have to say from that.
I was wondering what history do you mean that we got wrong?
There is much of it. There is many Palladians during our history that played a vital role in our inception. In the beginning, we were civilized, you can say, and then we were influenced by reptilians, Syrians that wished to watch us degrade the human body, degrade the human experience. Many Palladians, another group, appeared also to force us to enslave many. We realized the beginning of our civilization was very Atlantean, very positive, but much of that has been forgotten, and mostly human sacrifice has been remembered. Many reptilians wish to have us repeat many of their rituals. We're very spiritual, but we lived in fear. It was not a... When I look back at it now, it is hard for me to even look at. But at the time, that was the norm. We were taught as children to be like this, to be like that, to be brutal to each other, to be inhumane to each other, praying to a false god, being brainwashed. You could say today that is happening in your world, such as technology, where many are involved with technical gizmos not connecting to each other. That is a ritual that is being done on your planet to keep you connected from yourself. Connect to your television, your entertainment, connect to all these things, and not to connect to you. And with diversion after diversion. And you say what we did was very much the same, but different, obviously. Many of you feel like connecting to that technology is the norm. That is fine, but yet when you look at the Aztec, we thought the same thing. What we were doing was fine, even if it was grotesque to you, many of you today. Hopefully that makes some sense. But there's much in our history. It's hard to go through all of that, but that is the gist of it, you can say. Anyone else, please speak. So not be shy. There's too much of that on your planet.
Yes,
Way too much.
Yes. My name's Joe. I have two questions. I would like to know the purpose and their thought processes behind the human sacrifice and the blood rituals, and I would also like to know my connection to the Aztecs in past lives.
Well, to answer your Aztec, yes, you had many lifetimes as a child. You did not live very long. Or if you did, you had a life as a teenager. I do not see you living very long. It was hard for us to keep our children alive. Realize there's a lot of fights going on within our tribe. Also, I believe you're a part of much of that. because you were, you could say, super religious in those lifetimes. And sometimes you got out of hand, which is not a bad thing during that time. That was respected. Of course, it did not lead to a long life, but you were very respected by the Aztec family because you were one that was very respectful of our thinking at that time. So you can not necessarily look at it as a negative past life. I do not see it like that. Because if you look at the mindset, it was not negative at all. But yes, you were a part of many of our rituals. Oh, yes. Your first part of your question, as for its what caused the human sacrifice, the animal sacrifice, much of that was reptilian. And there were Pleiadians that were very, you call it malevolent, that were assisting with us. It was not a positive, there were positive entities there, but we were not doing many positive things. There was everybody there, positive and negative. But our rituals are mostly from the reptilian point of view. Just realize many reptilians wish to be worshipped, and they were.
Oh, I see. Thank you. It didn't have anything to do with their misconception of what DNA was and the importance of blood.
Yes, that was part of it also. Yes, that was part of it.
Okay, thank you.
There is much to it. There is hard to go into the complete details of it. I am what you call scratching the surface. But there's
yeah. Yes, I just always found it very interesting. But thank you. That's all I have.
Yes, I am connecting to what you're speaking about. Yes, you can say with the blood, the sacrifices, yes, this chemical was to interact with all of us in some way to heighten our vibration, to, you can say, take us to the next world. We did not fully understand that, but it was not always spoken like that, but that was much of our intention. So we can go into the life of the gods, you can say. Who is next?
Amy, you're next.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, a lot of the history that's surrounding the Aztecs is not necessarily troubling, but the Mexican people or the Mexica or the descendants of the Aztecs take pride in our heritage because as much as the history is so cluttered with bad, we're really good people. So what would you say to Mexican people?
Oh. Well, I can say we had good intentions. When we were doing these things, it might not have been civilized, but you can say our modern world, your modern world, is not very civilized either. For the time, this is what felt right. We all felt it. We all felt we were at the right place at the right time. We felt that we were all lucky to be alive, and to do these things that we were doing were positive the way we saw it. Of course, we were brutal to each other, but that was because we were trying to get into the next life, into a more powerful mindset, you could say.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here. I am in, yes, please.
Oh, you can go first.
Yes, I wanted to say I am in spirit. There's much in me working with the Palladians right now across your planet. But I choose not to reincarnate on your planet. I am still dissecting my lifetime on your world still. And it's been a while, hasn't it? But still. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes. So I am curious. I today received some information about a timeline where the settlers, the white people, where they didn't really like do as much like conquering, and then the indigenous like people got to like build their culture, and so yeah, they got to build their culture without as much interference, and at this point, like they're farther, like a bit farther in technology than we are, and I'm curious if you have any information about that.
Only thing I receive from that is because where you are in the right track, you have an aspect of you in that timeline, and what you are feeling is correct. All of that. As for how can I go into that more, I believe you went into it pretty well. There's nothing I can feel that I can add to that.
Well, thank you anyway.
I believe you'll be seeing more of that over time. One of your alien friends would probably be better to answer that.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, thank you. I really respect you, and I appreciate your presence. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Raven, she has a question, and she's asking what advice. Oh, sorry, it's Bianca's question. What advice can they give us humans on astral projecting and lucid dreaming?
To let yourself go, to tell yourself you can accomplish these things, to not hold yourself back, to believe you can accomplish this instead of going into this state saying, I'm not sure if I can do this or not. It is best to put full confidence into yourself, do a prayer to ask your guides to assist you, to have a positive astral projection journey, and all these things will come into place when you're ready. It is best to practice over time, because the more you want to do it, the more you will connect with it. That is all I have.
Okay, so the question I have now is from Christy. Christy, she says that she understands that a lot in their headdress you would wear feathers a lot. So, what is your connection to like the bird people?
That was just part of our clothing. Yes, we believe in the bird people. Their spirit, we connected their spirits many times. In some ways, we felt like we were the bird people, and that's why we wore those things. To better understand them, their mindset, there's also bird species of extraterrestrial that are around us also. Some of the blue avians and others that were assisting us in our rituals, if you want to believe that. Some of them, even if it was a negative nature that we were doing, they still assisted us to be, I know you might sound this strange, as a positive outcome to the things that we were doing that were on the opposite side of that, you can say. But they're still assisting us with their positive energies to those that were slaughtered, those that were sacrificed, that they were crossed over in a positive manner. That is what I have for that.
Okay, thank you. Now, I've got a question. So, you were the leader of the Aztecs, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, so you were dealing directly with the reptilians, correct?
realize, well, to answer your first question, I was not the only one that was a leader. There were others also. They were just not remembered in your histories. So there is, I was only one remembered, probably because I was the most liked. More domination than others. What was the second question you had?
Okay, so were you were dealing directly with, like, physically with reptilians? Is that correct?
Sometimes yes. Most of the time it was reptilian energies that were forcing our hand, you can say. But yes, I have seen visions of them, such as in my sleep, and I knew of their presence. I felt it. I could say I was even possessed by them at one time. You can say in the early stages of all this, as a child, I was possessed by reptilians because they saw my bloodline was of one that they can respect and use to be a part of this collective, to steer it in the direction that they wish it to go.
Okay, so did you have any reptilian infusions?
At the time, I did not know, but yes, too many. You can say it was so many where I did not have feelings for those that were sacrificed. Only thing I felt was the energy levels, the excitement of death, and the power I received from it. So I was, you can call, very reptilian at that time. But I was not aware of what was happening to me during that life.
Okay, so when you took a lot of these infusions, so what effect did that have on you, like in a positive way? Did it open up your third eye, and did it give you certain abilities?
Yes, psychic abilities to read one's mind, to control those of weak mind that did not love themselves and not care much. They felt like they were a slave, so I treated them like a slave. I was easily able to connect with them telepathically, to control them to a certain degree. How do you think I got to my position? I knew how to control the masses just as your current government, at least in your USA, is not doing a very good job of it, but that is an example of it to some degree.
That's interesting. So, yeah, does anybody else have any more questions right now?
Yeah, I have one. Yeah, I was also controlled by reptilians for the majority of my life in some capacity or another. So I know a great deal about manipulation. Do you have any advice on how to gain power and status over people, not over people, but as a leader in a positive way, not using manipulation or control?
Confidence. To have complete confidence in yourself and what you are saying. That right there puts you ahead of the game, where this is how leaders stay leaders, because they, such as your Steve Jobs, for example, even if he was insane at times, he still had the aggression, you could say reptilian in some regard, where you know you are right even when you are wrong. It does not matter. You are fully confident of the person that you are. So confidence, and have your intentions, as you said, in the positive. You can always put out your intentions, different types of intentions that are positive, different details. But as I said, confidence is key to your work. That's all I have for that.
Yeah, I have another question. I have a friend, close friend, who's recently just took a Draco infusion, and the infusions, I understand that taking reptilian infusions can be quite hard on you. So is there any advice you would give to my friend or anybody else who's taken a reptilian infusion?
Mine were not. They were not Draco infusions, the ones I had, because it was too toxic. But it was a different type of, more like a diluted type of infusion. Just so you know, Draco can cause insanity if it is at the wrong dose. But how to manage this?
Yes.
Pray for help. Pray, ask your angels to remove the damn thing, or to simmer it down where you can handle it. That's not always the case, because realize when you have too much reptilian, you become unhuman in some regard. You become you realize this, more aggressive, and you just become unfeeling in many ways. It depends. It's different for everyone. But sometimes it's too much for the human brain to even handle.
Yes.
But the one your friend you mentioned is, yes, that is more of like a toxic dose from what I'm gathering than what's normally given to others. That is what I am getting from that. So it can be rough around the edges at times.
Yes, and from what we've been told, it can take years for it to actually like fully integrate as well before you actually hear it.
Yes. There are other Draco infusions that are not at such a high level as that one is.
Do you know why I am able to handle the reptilian infusions better than most people?
And this is Draco, correct?
I was born with Draco.
Yes.
Other reptilian infusions, though, and they did not affect me very much.
Because you had so many lifetimes as a Draconian. So you're used to this. Others cannot handle it. If they don't have that many you've had, many reptilian lifetimes, not all of them have been Draconian, but enough where you can handle it. But at a younger age, I believe it was very difficult. And over time, you've finally gotten used to it. It seems to be, from what I'm judging, what I can pick up. Yes, being reptilian is not an easy life, that's for sure. Is there anything else?
Hey, Brian, do you have any questions just now?
Oh yeah, thank you. Greetings, my friend. This is Brian.
Hello.
Yeah, I would just like a lifetime with you, if I had any, or if I was a leader in that time, of your time.
Yes. Oh, as you recall, in your time, a general, one that took orders but also gave them to keep the peace, to keep the collective, our tribes, to keep them integrated into our, you can say, religious thoughts. It was, for you, a rough time because many wanted to take you out of that position. But I see you there in a long life. But it was not easy. But the lessons you learned there were immense. It was put this way. It was not easy, but you handled it well. It was not something that stressed you out. You accepted your reality for what it was, and it helped you expand as others, many, tried to take you out of that position. That is all I have for that.
Well, thank you very much, my friend. Much love.
I just want to check, how's the channeler feeling? Is he okay?
He is doing well. If there's, I probably can do a couple more questions.
Okay, so if anybody else has any questions before he goes, you can ask now.
Ah, yes, I have a question. So,
Yes.
I'm curious. Do you like any current music that we have?
I have to classical. Some of your R&B, Mexican music, of course, is my greatest love. Tribal music, of course.
Oh yeah.
Music that is harmonious to your, that raises your vibration. At this time, I'm at that point where that matters most to me.
Well, thank you.
I must be going now.
Thank you
Blessings.
very much. And appreciate you coming
Take
through. Much love.
care of yourselves.
Awesome.
There is much more information, but at this time, that is enough. Take care of each other. You are all family. Do not forget that. Hello. My name is Beck. I am a human Lyran from your Gertfignir. Blessings to you.
Awesome.
We bring this message about the colonies that they are doing well. Yes, I am not on Takur's you call information line, but I can tell you from my perspective, they are all doing well. Most of you that wish to be a part of the colonies are going through a holographic projection at your own terms, of course. As far as I can tell, the reason I am here to let you know that I exist and that you exist too. I think you know that because you're here. But yes, your hybrid children, those of you that have, I believe most of you here have them, and those out here in your internet world that, of course, not all of those are part of Griffith but many of these hybrid children are part of Earth's ascension. That's pretty much the point of it. But not just that, but to assist with other worlds to help them understand how this world works. You can say as your hybrid children age into a mature age, and some of them have, they grow fast, go to other worlds to brief them if they do not understand. Or they're interested on connecting to Earth, but not by visitation. You can say it's a field trip in some ways. So yes, if there's anyone that has any questions, please. I am fine with that.
Hello, Beck. Thanks very much for coming through. Appreciate that a lot. So, my name's Neil, and I want to ask you, what is your specific role on Gurfagnia?
Many things, maintenance of the colonies, such as when a Zeta, in particular, rearranges some of our colonies, meaning sabotaging them in some regard, such as the holographic computers. Much of that has been Zeta because they just don't feel like what we are doing is in a positive nature, helping humanity. So I am part of much of the re-engineering of these colonies and keeping many of them in secret. But we realize it is much helpful to your human collective. As they get populated more, we have to expand more. Hopefully that makes sense to you.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, I was on the colonies just recently. Did I meet you, or have I ever met you before on the colonies?
I try to keep quiet, usually. Not with you. Well, with how do I word this? I stay secretive, but not to all. Of course, I'm here telling you everything. But on the colonies, I don't make much conversation with those that come and go. But as for our meeting each other, yes, we had words here and there. I cannot go into the conversation. I am more of a white-looking human being, pale, very pale, like an albino in some regard, with blonde hair. But yes, I assist much of the colonies and their expansion that is going on right now.
Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, I'll pass it over because there's lots of questions. So Sheldon's next. Thank you. Much love.
Much love.
Hello.
Hello.
So I'm curious, how can we help our memory? Because like I know I have experiences like on the colonies and other places, and I don't remember them. But I'm guessing like some of it's for my own good, but I'm guessing like how can we improve it?
Realize, well, it's a combination of things. It is yourself, your higher self, that wishes to keep a lot of it in quiet mode at this time. The reason being I don't tell you all that I've met you all is because that's part of it also. So that does not mean I'm not having conversations with all of you that have been to the colonies. It's just that it is not important for your ascension at this time. So basically, once you start remembering, it is vital to your ascension process. You need it in some regard. But as for improving it in due time, it is in the works. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Blessings.
Yes, hello, my name's Joe. I have two questions. I was given an infusion by these beings to extend my life. I would like to know just a rough estimate of how much longer I will live now because of this infusion?
All I know is it added, I believe, 20 years to your life. I'm not sure how long you're expecting to go, but it has added 20 years to that. But this is up to you. You still have your free will to leave when it's time for you to leave this incarnation. But I believe it added 20 years.
Oh. Okay, thank you. And I also wanted to know, when's the last time I've been to the colonies? And I was recently injured, and they said I could not go there for a while, so I wondered when I would be able to start returning.
That is it. One moment. I believe you've been there, but in spirit, I believe it's in, you can call it astral, but in spirit, I feel like you've been there yesterday. So you are there, but not physically there.
I see. Do you know when approximately I would be able to start returning in a normal fashion?
It feels like a few weeks.
A few weeks. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. That's all I have.
Hello there, this is Brian.
Hello, Brian.
I have a couple questions real quick. The first is the colonies themselves, the healing, the crystal room, these other places. Do you also do you go back and forth from the colony?
Yes.
Are you one of the Nordics?
In some regard, I look like one. In some regard, yes.
Yes.
You can say yes.
And then, yes, my other question would be is, can you name some of the other species that have not been named that are working with you besides those at the Grytvignir? Is there any other alliances that you are connected with?
There is a Silver Pleiadian alliance we are working with.
Is that a part of the Ashtart Command or something different?
There's a different command.
Okay.
Different name. Also, the Mantis.
Oh, yes.
Yes. They are cooperative. They are friendly. They are a joy to be around.
Yes.
Obviously, the Arcturians. Blue Pleiadians. One moment, see what else I can give you. Yes. I'm allowed to say this. One moment. Some Syrians, but I cannot go into detail of who they are.
I understand. And then the only other last question I had was, behind the scenes that work with you guys directly and indirectly, do you also have those in spirit, the angelic realms?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
Yes.
So they kind of oversee everything.
Yes, because it is very fragile what we are doing.
Yes.
And any kind of, you can say, wrongdoing will shake up your Earth's future. So they're very careful of what's going on, but it is very comfortable what is happening right now.
I understand. Thank you, my friend. Much love and light.
Much love.
Hello, this is Neil again. I want to ask a question on behalf of a girl I'm connected with called Nabila. I just want to ask if there's any messages you have for Nabila at this time, any general messages you'd like to give her.
I am gathering. Only that I am not sure if this one is aware it has many weird past lives. These past lives are forgotten in this incarnation, I feel. There are many Palladian lifetimes that this one has forgotten also. And reptilian lifetimes that are not easy. Realize those reptilian lifetimes made you into the person you are today, meaning to toughen you up so you can come into a world like this. This is a massive advanced, this is an advanced world, meaning it has many challenges. But in reptilian incarnations, it served you well. And also, this is what your guides want you to know. You are, even if there are times where you feel like life isn't going the way it should, or you feel like nothing's working out. Realize what world you are on, and that there is a huge accomplishment as far as you've gotten. So to keep your head up, you will accomplish many things. It just takes time to get there. Also, there's many Arcturians that are assisting you in this lifetime. And they love you very much. You're more Arcturian in this lifetime is what I feel. Yes, you have reptilian, yes, but you have more Arcturian energies at this time. That is the message.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much for that. That's much appreciated. Hazy, you're next.
Hello, this is Hayes.
Yes.
So, I have two questions. My first question would be, do I have any Lyran past lives?
Yes, you do. You have many of them. In human form and in feline, mostly in feline. I imagine you want to know a little bit of detail of that, meaning you were part of the Lyran history, such as destruction of the Lyran world, where we were conceived, you can say. Do you have another question?
Yes. Have you encountered any Anunnaki? And
all the time. They are comical at times. Some can be overkill in their language, meaning they're very headstrong to deal with. They have been easy to get along with, but not all are like this. We don't have a problem with them. We are well protected in that regard. Many of our colonies are secret, so they're not. But we do have interactions with them that are not easy to deal with.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Right, so I've got some questions on behalf of Christy, who's in the room.
Yes.
The first question she has is, how many hybrid children does she have at this time?
I feel 10, but But not all are on the colonies. Only a few are on the colonies. You have others in other star systems through other races.
One other question she has is she's interested about like what she's doing on the colonies. Is she teaching any classes, and like what sort of entities is she connecting with? And
Teaching languages and healing work, and those that enter the colonies from your group, from those that are new. She assists many to talk to them, to help them relax and understand what the processes are, the different colonies of what they do. Very nurturing spirit. That is all.
okay, now Michelle Euro also asks if there's any messages for her.
One moment. Yes, one moment. I have to connect. This is...
Fine.
One moment. This is... Yes, there are many... Arcturians. Yes, Arcturians are very big in this group, it seems. Many Arcturians around you at this time, assisting you in your spirituality, assisting you as you connect. I would say, you might not know, I feel that you are a Arcturian starseed, but you are also connected with many other species, but Arcturian is very important. It is a... You can say, coming into this world, it is almost like a requirement for many to come into this world with as an Arcturian starseed, or connected to them as, of course, you're a starseed of other races, of other species, I should say. Arcturian is very strong, and the message is to embrace their power, their energies. This will unlock your third eye more, and your psychic abilities will enhance more as you get used to their presence. That is your question. That is your message today.
Thank you very much. It's Joe that's up next, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I have a question about my hybrid child as well. He's outside of your alliance. He's from that Kepler planet that's similar to Earth. I'd like to know how he is doing and just any updates about that. And if I have any other children that I'm not aware of.
He's doing well. One moment. One moment, I need to clear the energy for a second to connect with yours. Yes, he is doing well. He's aging well. That's what he wants to mention. Let you know. He is learning much from you. That is you call it diversity. Your way of thinking is helping him share your knowledge with others so they understand this Earth project more. Those that wish not to come to Earth, but they like to hear about it, just as like some of you hear about certain places of the world. It's like, yes, that sounds nice. I don't think I'm going to ever go there, but thank you for letting me know about it. It's kind of like that. Your other hybrid children, yes, Arcturian is very big in this group. You have Arcturian hybrid children, I feel 3, and also a Zeta hybrid child. None of these are part of Gryffindor. Oh, I'm not sure if you're aware. I'm not sure if you're aware of having a hybrid child in Gryffindor.
I am not.
Well, I feel a Palladian hybrid child that is connected to you. And as far as I can tell, that's the only information I'm given. This is a young child. It is connected to you. Yes, you are a father, and now you have to find the mother. I am not sure. I do not have this information of where this came from. I am not given that information, but that child does exist.
Oh, thank you. Is there any name they would like me to call them? The one from Kepler, the Earth. Is there some? Does he have a name?
One moment. Derek seems to work with him pretty well.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
It's easy to remember, easy to connect with.
Yes. Will I be meeting him in the future? I'd like to see him again.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
I do not
thank
have
you.
a time. I don't have a time, but yes, you will be connecting in many lifetimes in the future also. Future lifetime.
Oh, well, thank you very much for the information. I'll let whoever's next.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay, Hayes, you're up next, mate.
Okay, absolutely. Okay. I'd like to ask, are there any messages for me?
One moment, I have to connect. Not knowing if this is, I do not know what other species have told you about your galactic connections. I do feel like you are a Lyran starseed, but you are also connected with the Palladians and Syrians, but mostly very close knit within the Lyrans, meaning that in your future, galactic languages from the Lyran family you will be able to speak when you feel this is right for you. But also others, insectoids, would like to be spoken because they don't get enough screen time, as they say. But the Lyrans want to let you know this talent does exist within you. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I figured I'd let you know. That is the message.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Neil again, and I have another question on behalf of Nabila. So Nabila, in her room, in her bedroom, she sees black and purple dots and orbs in her room. So she wants to know exactly what they are.
What they feel like is past loved ones from from her family history on this planet, but also some of your galactic connections are making themselves known also. They're all showing up at once, it seems. They are not making themselves clear, but it's like a mini mall filled with many people. They are not going into detail of anything, but they are planning on connecting with you more, is from what it feels like. They are, you can say, waking you up to your abilities. I will leave you with that.
Beautiful. Okay, now there's I don't know if you can do this, but if I screen share, can you look at an image that I have on my computer?
Yes, I can open my eyes for a while.
Okay, so this image is from Christy, and she would like to know what you get on this image. So you should be able to see it now.
Yes, I connected with it before you showed it. It is a Arcturian energy to it. This message is not for you, it's for others. That image is, you can say, it's to unlock the histories of certain individuals. Like when they see it, they feel a past life popped in their mind. Not always, but it's like a past life, an ancient lifetime is erecting within them. That is not the right word for that, but it is coming to life within them, meaning you are coming into fruition into who you are. That image there is a way of, it's an activator in many ways. It has many other meanings, but one of them is an activator. For those that are just see it as an image, they just say, oh, this is not nice, and walk away, but they don't realize that it is triggering an awakening process within them. And then over time, they will feel like when they see things of that sort, that they are getting closer to home. When they see images of galactic images, such as drawings and writings that many of your group do, many that see this from the outside, they feel as if it's speaking to them, and it is. It is letting them know that there's more to life than this reality. Even the skeptics, those that are not connected spiritually, will not connect to it in that way. But those that are, you can say, itching their way into knowledge of themselves, it is a sign that they are on the right track. That is one of the messages. There are several others there that I cannot go into. That is not important right now.
That's perfect. Thank you very much. So there's just one last question, and then if you feel like you want to stop there, that's fine. So the last question's from Mark. So I'll pass it over.
Yeah, greetings. Hi, I was wondering if you're able to give me some insight into this low, sort of depressive state that I'm going through at the moment.
You're shifting into a higher vibration, but your body is resisting it. You're shifting into a parallel Earth, meaning that you're seeing other dimensions, but part of you is not willing to do so. So there's a war going on there. In some regard, where part of you does not want to do this, we are ascending spiritually. As you ascend spiritually, you begin to see other Earths, other timelines. So you might not remember these things, but you are going through these things. And how to repair it is to do a meditation to, you can say, slow down the process a little bit.
Okay.
Hopefully that is understandable.
Yeah, that helps. Thanks.
Yes, it is a little bit out there, but even if you don't know how to do a meditation, do the intention to please let me rest some. I must do my work and concentrate better. But yes, you're receiving many downloads, and these downloads have to do with other dimensions and other timelines.
Right.
Interesting. You also have a mantis being that is trying to connect with you.
Oh, really?
And that also is adding to your frustration.
Is he a positive?
Okay, yes. Somebody you knew from past life, yes.
Do you have a name?
Oh, please, really? He calls himself Brian.
Cool.
Yes, it's an easy name to connect with, but yes, Brian.
Yeah.
Yes, he's very funny and just. I believe you can connect to him when the time is right.
Yeah.
Yes, I must go. I've been here too long.
It's understandable. Okay, thank you very much for coming through. That was very much appreciated.
I hope I was helpful in some regard.
Definitely.
Yes. They allowed me to come through to speak to you. Obviously, Dekur is the one to speak to elaborate more on the details, go into more detail on what I brought up, but that at least gets you into a direction further than you were before in some regard. So blessings all, and good night. Namaste. Namaste.
Come back, Ivan.
Hello all.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
Very interesting, too.
Yeah, that was after was it Beck? I don't know what was where that was.
Yeah, you channeled really, really well. Like, so good.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. It's like, okay, we'll just go with it.
Yeah, thanks so much for that, Ivan. That was
Welcome.
so,
Yeah, I haven't channeled one from Perfect near in a while, so.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, it does seem like if you connect with Decurs, like there's certain levels of information you can get. Decurs and one that gets. Obviously, they can't say everything, but they can. Feels like Decurs the one that can confirm a lot of that. Let's go into more detail. So, all right, thank you all for joining us. Would someone like to lead us out on a blessing?
I'll do it. Let's see if somebody else is going to do it. Okay. Shikiti, kiki wa rawa o, shutuku, kiki aka, arasa, anata, takaka arawa, alawata, nawoso, okuyu.
Thank you.
I'm sending energy, Ivan.
Thank you.
Lots of it. That was really great. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? That's okay. All right. Thank you all for joining us, and good night and much love.
Good night.
Bye.